Hey guys, what's up? I want to welcome you back to my channel, and for those of you who this is your first time on my channel, what's up? I want to welcome you to my channel. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button over here. And while you're clicking, go ahead and click that bell button right next to the red subscribe button so you can receive push notifications every time I upload one of my interesting vlog videos. With that said, let's get into this video. So you're probably wondering about the thumbnail of the video and the title. Tapper? What tapper? My methadone clinic lied to keep me on the clinic. Well, about 3 months ago, I went to the methadone clinic that I go to on a daily basis, and I spoke to the physician's assistant, which this is the process to start your decrease, or if you wanted to increase on your methadone. You would go to the methadone clinic that you go to every day to receive the methadone. You would go to the physician's assistant or the doctor, and you would say, hey, I want to decrease, I want to increase, right? Well, about 2.5, 3 months ago, I went to the physician's assistant and I said, hey, I want to get off methadone. It's going to be a year that I've been on. I have not used any drugs. I've not even used alcohol, and I really just want to start getting my life back on track and doing positive things. Not that on methadone I can't do that, but I would like to be methadone free as well as any substance free. We agreed that I would go down 3 milligrams every 3 days. Well, last Tuesday, I went to the PA because I just had this feeling inside of me. I was like, let me go and see where, where I'm at, make sure they didn't stop the decrease for some weird reason, and make sure everything's going ahead, make sure that I'm going to be out of here by the end of the month, which is the end of February. When I went and I gave her my number and she looked up my information, she was like, yeah, you're on track. You're going down 1 milligram every 4 days. And, the way you're going, you should be out of here in about 10, 14 weeks. And I was like, what? I said, wait a second. I looked at my phone and I pulled up my Google Calendar, which I put everything under. And I was like, I told you that I have 2 professional opportunities that require me to be completely drug-free and completely alcohol-free. I have to take what's called a PAT test, which is a physical aptitude test, and I have to take drug screens for these positions. And that was the reason for my wanting to decrease and wanting to get off methadone. I'll explain to you why I'm moving my head so much and why I'm twitching. So, I pulled it up on my calendar and I told her, I was like, see, it says that we agreed to 3 milligrams every 3 days. She was like, oh my God, it must have been some sort of miscommunication. I'll go ahead and I'll change it. I'll put the order in today. Since the doctor is here, he'll sign off on it and we'll begin the decrease or the increase on the decrease tomorrow. I was like, okay. I said, well, I'm really frustrated at this point, so let's do the 3 milligrams every 3 days as agreed originally. And I kept using that verbiage. She was like, are you sure? It's very aggressive. And she kept trying to talk me out of it. And I was like, yes, I'm sure. She was like, well, I just want you to know that people have tried this before and failed. And, if it's too much for you, you can always come back and we can always do the decrease. And I was like, okay, well, maybe people have tried and maybe people have failed, but that's people, and I'm sure every situation is different. Not to say that somebody hasn't done exactly what I've tried to do or I am trying to do, but we shouldn't go based on other people have tried and other people have failed because, we're all individuals. Though we're all human beings, we're all individuals, and everything should be done on a case-by-case basis. So, what got my little wheels turning, just not to jump around too much, but what got my little wheels turning that I should go and I should talk to her was that I just noticed that everything was going great. I really had none of my videos changed when I was looking through my YouTube videos. about the methadone and how I felt on a weekly basis, and nothing changed. I kept telling everybody everything was great. My, Lance is the only one that is going through like some major pains, and he's only switching from Suboxone to methadone, and that's just because the methadone is like handcuffs. You can't go anywhere, you can't leave the state, you can't leave the city, because the next day you have to go for a methadone dose. And it said that methadone lasts 36 hours in your body, but I believe that everybody metabolizes it at a different rate, and I'll tell you why. You take Suboxone, you have to make sure that the methadone is free and clear of your body. Well, come to find out, after speaking with physicians at the Suboxone clinic and doing some research online, methadone, you can test positive for that for up to 30 days, even 40 days out after your last dose of methadone. So that whole thing about it staying in your system for about 36 hours, I think they should stop telling people that, because it's not true. So that's just that, right? So we started the 3 milligrams 3 milligrams every 3-day decrease this last Tuesday. And as of last Tuesday, I went down 14 milligrams, so that put me at 47 milligrams last Tuesday. The reason why, and I have to apologize, why I didn't do a follow-up to the winners of the 2018 monthly prize giveaway was just because I was taken for a loop when this happened, and I was just so distracted, so frustrated, angry, sad, because now out of the 2 opportunities, one of them called me and told me, this is your time to shine. It's time for you to take the PAT test as well as the drug screen. And I was like, okay. And one of the things they test is for methadone. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to come up positive for that. So now I stand the chance of not getting this position. So I was really stressed out, as you can imagine. And I didn't know what I was going to do. So what I did was I called the company and I spoke with a medical coordinator there, and I explained to her the situation. I told her that I was on methadone and I have the proper paperwork in place to show that I am legally prescribed methadone, and that I also have a dosage history report that shows that I am decreasing off of the methadone. I explained to her the confusion of the 1 milligram decrease versus the 3 milligram and how we're back on track, and that my last dose now is scheduled for March 6th. So she said one of the things that they do test for is that. So what will happen is that once I take these tests, come the 27th of February is when I have to go and I have to take this PAT test and this drug test. They'll call me and they will give me a verbal read, which is basically that they'll tell me that I test positive for the methadone. And so I'm expecting that. And that's the only thing I'm expecting to come out positive for, because that is the only thing that is in my system. And she said at that time, you can tell the medical coordinator that calls just what you told me. You can tell her that you have medical documentation that you can forward to her that says that you are prescribed methadone and that you are decreasing off of it or tapering off of the methadone, and that your last dose is scheduled for March 6th. And so she didn't tell me that it was an automatic fail, that, forget about the job, that I'm not going to get it, but she didn't tell me that I will. She said at that time, once they review the paperwork, and if that's the only thing that I come out positive for, and that's the only issue, they'll make a determination based on all of that information. So I was kind of bummed out, but I'm not bummed out. I'm still hopeful, because either way you look at it, I still want to live drug and alcohol free, and so it doesn't matter whether I get the position or not. But this is one thing that I would have liked, because it's a very exciting position for me at this time. It's the start of something that could be even more exciting for me. So I kind of feel like you know, I've said it before that my memory is not that good anymore because of the drugs that I've used. But I think that, you know, if I want to look at it like what do you call it? Like, if I want to look at it at like a perspective of a conspiracy type theory, I can say, thank God that I documented it the day that I went to talk about the initial decrease and what was agreed upon. And I could say the methadone clinic lied. And they purposely lied because how would the methadone clinic make money? Well, the methadone clinic makes money based on people who are referred by means of pain relief, or, you know, drug addicts who want to come off of opiates or off of heroin. And of course, you know, the methadone clinics have people to pay, whether it's security guards, janitors, prescribers, nurses, doctors, receptionists, and they won't make any money if there's nobody coming in through their doors. So I could say that, and I kind of feel like it was not miscommunication, like they just took advantage of the fact that I'm very vocal in saying, again, that my memory is not that great. I don't think that they count on the fact that I am very organized. I'm OCD organized, and so I write everything down so that nobody can come back at me and say, oh no, you didn't say this, or oh no, that wasn't agreed upon, or oh no, that's not what happened. And, you know, or I can say, hey, it was just human error, you know, and it was just one of those things that happened, one of those fluke accidents, and it won't happen again. But the fact of the matter is, this is the second occurrence that I had. I just never spoke about it on video, about the decrease and what the problem was. The first occurrence I had was that the decrease was halted when I know that I didn't stop it. And they said that I did, but I know that I didn't, which is why I check up on it so much. Now, my weekly check-in on how I really feel. Since I am actually decreasing by 3 milligrams every 3 days, I can safely say I have joint pains. I have joint pains in my fingers. I have joint pain in the left and right wrist. I have back pains and aches from my lower spine to the middle to my right and left trap, which is this, and the base of my skull, or the base, yeah, I should say where the base of my skull and the top of my neck meet. And so I'm always going like this, like I'm always trying to stretch it out or crack my neck or something. So now I'm like moving all over the place. And I'm told that those are acute withdrawal symptoms that will last. It can last even up to a year, sometimes even longer for certain cases. So I am just bearing through it. I have tried the route of taking gabapentin. I've tried the route of taking ibuprofen 800. I have tried the route of taking Klonidine. I can't even sleep at night now. My sleep is very sporadic. I sleep during the day, nap during the day. I nap in the middle of the night. I cannot sleep a solid 8 hours straight, not even 6 hours straight. So I am very irritable. I am very, very tired. But whatever, I'm bearing through it, and I just have my eyes on the prize. But then I wonder to myself, how am I going to work if I'm so fucking exhausted? So these are questions that now I'm thinking about. I just, you know, this is a more interesting update. I could definitely say this is a more interesting update than my previous updates for the past couple of weeks, because now I know why I wasn't feeling anything. So what I would suggest, that if you don't have to be so aggressive with yourself, don't come down like I am. Don't come down 3 milligrams every 3 days. Try 1 milligram every week. Or if you want to be aggressive about it, do 1 milligram every 4 days and taper off until you get to 0. And I bet you that you will have minimal to no post-acute withdrawal symptoms. So what I'm going to do is, if I do get this position that I'm going for, I am going to slow down the taper. So come February 27th, when I go to take my PAT test and my drug screen. I'm going to, I'm scheduled to do it at 8:45 in the morning, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. And when I go to the clinic later on that day to get my daily methadone, I am going to go ahead and slow it down. That should be a Tuesday, so it can go into effect the following day. I'm going to slow it down to 1 milligram every 5 days, so that I allow my body to get used to the decrease or the taper, and that way I can taper off of it slowly. It's kind of like tapering off a Paxil or something like that. You do it in small increments so that it's not such a shock to the system. So I'm going to do it that way. That way I can be more successful, because the methadone is not at a high dose and it's not impairing my judgment. It's not impairing my physical abilities. I'm still quick on my feet. So, and it's not making me sleepy or cloudy or anything like that. So as long as I can work while on it, then I will do that so that I can taper off safely and successfully instead of setting myself up for failure. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to rate this video or like this video, subscribe to my channel, because it is a proven fact from the University of Zurich that caring or sharing increases happiness. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button, and please, by all means, leave a positive comment down below. I love positive comments. Or if there's any videos that you'd like me to make, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. And about the prize recipients of the 2018 monthly prize giveaway, I'm going to go ahead and leave them listed down below in the description box. So check the description box, and I am going to DM all 3 of the prize recipients February 26th. 2018, which is tomorrow, Monday, and I will DM by noon Monday. So congratulations to all 3 of you, and I will announce the new prizes for March 2018 on March 1st, and that drawing will be on March 30th, so that the 31st the prize recipients will be announced and they will be DM'd, and we'll go from there. So I'm so sorry that I didn't make a separate prize giveaway video. I'm just very I'm so frustrated right now, and I have so many things that I'm trying to get through, and Lance is having a hard time, but he has made a successful crossover to Suboxone from methadone, which is not very common, and it is a very, very brave thing to do. And if you're doing something like that, we are making a separate video on Lance's channel about the transition and the do's and don'ts and what to watch out for and the pros and the cons. So yeah, I am not getting any fucking sleep, so I am thinking of all sorts of cool video ideas to make, and I was gonna make a separate channel with me doing challenges with Lance and stuff like that, but I think I'm just gonna stick to the one channel, and like my channel says, my channel's name, is all, so I I'm all over the fucking place, and that's what people love about me, is that I'm all over the fucking place. So I am going to keep the one channel, and it'll be filled with vlogs, challenges, funny shit, sad shit, story times, whatever it is that's on my mind, and whatever it is that I feel like doing that week. But if I decide to make a separate channel, I'll announce it and stuff like that. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. I Snapchat often. I'm back on Instagram, and I'm trying out Twitter and Facebook fan page. But I will tell you when those are 100% up and running. Yes, Twitter and Facebook are up and running, but I'm just not on there as often as I am on Snapchat and Instagram. I love you guys. Thank you so much for, whoops, my camera shook because of my feet kicking my tripod. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I really, really love you guys, and it means a lot. I had uploaded this, well, a different video, same topic, but it had no sound. I don't know what happened. It was not something on my part. I'm not taking the rap for this one. It was totally 100% YouTube. So I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my video, comment, like this video, and please tell your friends about it, and tell anybody who is in need of methadone or Suboxone, or who's thinking about it or thinking about coming off of it, and tell them to watch my videos on methadone, because this new conspiracy theory that I'm thinking about, probably because I just am really lacking sleep, is so much, it's so prevalent on my mind. But thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.